Today I'm going to reveal to you the #1 Google Mail tip that you can use to help you in your daily records and information management tasks. It's important that you understand that Google Mail acts like a storage cabinet or an archive. By thinking of Google Mail in these terms, you'll be able to put your finger on any specific email when needed. Google uses labels to help you do just that, to help you find that important email, like a purchasing contract or a communication with a resident, which needs to be retained according to your department's records retention schedule. Let's get started with going into Google Mail and taking a quick look at a few important mail settings. Along the way, you will be learning how to create and manage labels within Google Mail. Located on the General tab are two settings that can save you time. One option is to activate the Show, Send, and Archive button. If you want to clean up your inbox without deleting your emails, you can archive them. Your emails are moved to a label called All Mail. When you archive a message, the message will come back to your inbox when someone replies to it. Another option deals with the number of stars you can use to flag or search emails for. For example, you could search for red star items. Look through the other general settings. You just might find an option that will work for you. Just remember to save changes at the bottom of the page. Let's jump over to the Inbox tab. Customizing your inbox is a huge topic, and you can organize your inbox in different ways depending on how you work. But I will cover that in a later video. However, by enabling the Show Markers option, Google can help you by automatically deciding which emails are important and labeling them. To do this, Google uses several signals to decide which messages to automatically mark as important. They include whom you email and how often you email them, which emails you open, which emails you reply to, keywords that are in the emails you usually read, and emails you star, archive, or delete. If you find an email does not have the importance marker that you like, click on the yellow marker to turn it on or off. By doing this, you help Google learn which emails are important to you. So by using the importance label, it might be easier to locate those important emails. Don't forget to save your changes. Before we dive into the Labels tab, let's take a look at where the labels are located in Google Mail. Here are the 3 most popular places to quickly find and manage your labels. On the left side navigation is a list of selected labels acting like a folder structure. Click on the Important label and you will see only the emails labeled Important. Basically, when selecting a label here, a folder or container full of a specific label's emails will be seen. Along the top is the Move To drop-down menu. Here you can also see a list of labels, but when using a label from this drop-down menu, the email is removed from your inbox and moved to the labels container or folder. The next drop-down menu is Label As. Here, the email will remain in your inbox, but the selected label will appear in the subject line of the email. So visually, you can quickly see an email's label or purpose. As you can see, these 3 locations do not look the same. In the label settings, we can hide and show different labels in these locations based on your work. Let's go take a look. Alright, now it's time to tackle the Label tab. There are 3 main sections: System Labels, Categories, and just plain labels. Within those sections might be 3 additional areas: the Label List, the Message List, or Actions. By using the Hide and Show options here, you can customize the labels that you really need to see and hide the ones you don't. Let's take a closer look. The system labels are only seen in the left side navigation bar or label list. By default, you might see some labels in the label list that you will never use, like spam or starred. If you don't use a label, hide it. Don't worry, you can always access the hidden systems labels anytime by clicking on More. The next section is Categories. Some of your new emails might automatically be labeled by Google to fit into one of these categories: social, promotions, update, and forums. These categories might be great for your personal email, but not so great for your work email. Save yourself some valuable space on the label list and hide these categories. The last section is Labels. This is the most important section for you. This is where you will be creating the new labels that will help you with your records and information management for your department. Notice you can still show or hide all the labels on the left side navigation. On a side note, before we start creating labels, you cannot choose to hide or show items in these 2 drop-down menus. You will see all the labels except for the systems labels here. Okay, so let's get some labels created. Click on Create New Label. You will now need to decide which label name works best for your department. Then click Create. Hang on tight, here come some label ideas for you. The Nest Label Under option is a nice tool for organizing like items together. For example, nesting Vendor 1 and Vendor 2 under the Contracts label, keeping all your vendor contracts together. Let's jump over to the second column on the labels list. By using the Show in Message list, you can make a label bar visible in each email subject line. This is a really handy tool. I recommend leaving the message list labels to Show as a best practice. The third column, Actions, is used to remove or edit a label, like changing its name or nesting it under another label. For example, nesting Vendor 1 under the Contracts label. Taking some time to create relevant labels will save you a ton of time in the future. Okay, now that the hard part is done, adding labels to emails is quick and easy. Click on the inbox label. Select the email that you would like to label. Choose the Label As drop-down menu. Select the label on the drop-down menu that you would like to add to the email. The email is now labeled and still located in your inbox. Here's a tip. An email can have more than one label if needed. It works the same way for moving a label out of the inbox and into the labels container or folder. You would select the email, then select the correct label on the drop-down Move To menu, and the email would be moved to that container or folder. The last helpful option for labels is color coding. Each label on the left side navigation list has a flyout menu with more options. Note there is an option to add a submenu. This is the same as nesting a label. Let's start adding some colors to our labels. Here's a tip. When you compose an email, start labeling your emails before you send them. When you get a response, it will already be labeled for you. If you spend a few minutes each day labeling your emails as they come in, finding a specific email later can be much easier. And Google's drag and drop feature works well with email too. Just click and drag an email over to the label list. Quick and easy. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we will be looking at the different inbox options and seeing which inbox layout works best for you. Please comment below if you have any questions on using Google Labels.